at OcalaTrineRodeo.com. Ocala, get ready to ride.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock, we should do political ads, just like that rodeo ad. Wouldn't that be something? Hey, get ready to vote. You got to go down to vote. Yeah, today is election day, so yeah, make sure you go vote. But I do think we should do the ad like that. All right, 75 degrees right now. There's a 60% chance you'll see rain today. Highs climbing to 88 degrees. Don't let any of that weather stop you from going out and voting. I have heard that we've had a pretty good turnout already with the early voting and with the mail-in voting. And it's interesting to hear the political analysts explaining to us why we're having a good turnout. I would like to believe it's because people want to have a say-so in the government that they were designed to have a say-so in. The opinions, though, that I'm hearing are from those who support Trump saying, well, people are getting out so they can vote for people who support Trump. And others are saying the exact opposite. If you don't like Trump, you say, well, people want to have somebody up against him. Here in Florida, the Attorney General's race is kind of a hot one. And Frank White has been with us before. He's with us again right now. He is one of the primary candidates, I think, main candidates for that position that Pam Bondi is vacating. If you go to his website, you'll see what I see in frankwhite.com is his website. Hey, good morning, Frank. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you.
It's a good day for you, isn't it? This is going to be exciting.
Yes, I think so. This is the end of a road that has been, at least turning the page, to put it that way. Voters willing, the road will continue, but this is a day we've been building momentum towards for many, many months.
Yeah, one of the things that is modern day, I guess, it's not real new, but is the fact that we can go on to the website of our local election supervisor and kind of follow the results, at least for our own area, and that's kind of cool. How do you follow it on a statewide basis? How do you follow the results?
Our team will, I'm going to kind of my family and a few close friends and a couple of folks who worked on my team together at our house. And we're going to, I suppose there are ways, there are aggregated results across all the different elections divisions at the state level. Candidly, I don't know. This is my first time to go through this on a statewide level.
Yeah.
So, we're excited. And,
Yeah.
It's just, it has been the experience of a lifetime, getting out and talking about the issues that really, really matter and sharing my vision with voters.
Yeah. What I thought would be nice to do, Frank, is if we could maybe go over some of the things. I know you and I have spoken about a lot of the things you stand for. We see eye to eye on everything. And so I'm a little bit biased, I guess. But just for those who haven't heard you before, or just to review what we've talked about, can we go through some of the primary things that you want to make sure voters know about you?
Absolutely. Let's do it. I think number one would be that I'm a proven conservative. I have a track record of being a constitutional conservative, and not just somebody that talks the talk, but I walk the walk. I started my career as a lawyer in private practice, and I spent the last 8 years as general counsel for a group of businesses. And so we got 600 employees in 3 states. And so part of the executive team managing that operation, ready day one to lead the office. And I think if voters care about keeping sanctuary cities out of Florida, about protecting protecting our constitutional structure, whether it's federalism type of issues or just making sure politicians are held accountable and stay within their lane at any level, local level, state level, or federal level. If they care about protecting seniors as part of the Attorney General office, protecting really all Floridians from fraud, but especially our seniors, because we have so many here who are vulnerable. That's something the Attorney General office can do. You can go after scammers, fraud artists, and if they want somebody who's going to be very, very aggressive and doing that, then I think it'd be a good match.
I'm going to ask this question with the assumption that you will be holding this office. Can I ask you, what do you suspect will be the biggest fight you will have with the media? What issue do you think the media and you will butt heads on the most?
I think it'll probably be on Second Amendment issues, just because that's one where it is the media the traditional media seems so all in on I'm pushing an agenda on a gun control agenda.
Yeah.
And so, that's one where I think there's just, that's one where, they'll see decisions we make in cases and how we're handling them. And rather than looking at, as I'll try to explain what the law says and what the Constitution means, won't really matter.
Your ability to express the Constitution accurately is one of the strong things you have going for you. You get it, and you have a way of expressing it so that those who don't get it will also get it. Hopefully, if they're listening. Right.
Yeah, that's the job, and so it's one I've got to do more effectively. I don't know if anybody can convince the media to these days. Sometimes I just. Some channels it's hard to even watch, and so who knows if it's possible on every channel, but we got to keep trying.
Are there any lesser issues that you think will be an issue? The whole medicinal marijuana issue, is that something that'll be a big one for you?
I think it will be, absolutely, and it's because the bill that the legislature put in place has been challenged in parts of multiple judicial. It's been reviewed by multiple judges, and parts of it thrown out, and I can already tell it's going to take a lot of resources, both attorney time and financial resources for the office, just to make sure that is implemented properly. Medical marijuana, it is part of our Constitution. It is, our voters put it in place overwhelmingly that medicinal marijuana should be part of compassionate care in Florida. And our bill, the legislature passed, has set out a framework. That's the one that has been challenged over and over. I suspect the legislature will probably try to change it. So, the Attorney General's job, your job is to defend the state and duly pass laws with the legislature. And so, using the role as the attorney for the state to effectuate that intent, that'll be one that will take a lot of time.
I think a real clue of who to vote for in the position, specifically the position you're going for, is if law enforcement is behind you. And I know you have the law enforcement agencies of the state supporting you.
Yeah, I enjoy the support of elected sheriffs and rank and file officers from across the state. And I think they recognize things I've done in the legislature, make sure they have the resources that they need, strengthen penalties for all sorts of, strengthen the death penalty, put that into place after some real liberal judges on the court threw it out. Strengthen penalties against child predators, gave more tools to victims of terrorism to go after those who finance acts of terror in the state. Law enforcement, we saw it in Jacksonville over the weekend, where they run, they put their lives on the line every day and run to the danger. And so, they need somebody in the role who's got their back, and I'm trusted by law enforcement to do that. Right.
And somebody who can see things for what they are. And we have talked about that before too. For the listeners, I would invite you to go back to the WOCA YouTube channel if you want to hear any of the other previous conversations that Frank has had with us here on the phone. So today's a big day. How's your family, your wife, and you got 3 children, right?
Yes. Yeah. 3 little boys. They are, despite what they want to do to get out of school, they are going to school. But we're going to drop them off this morning, and then go vote. So I've been from one of those folks who likes to just go to it in person. So I've been understanding that I've been all over the rest of the state during all of early voting, and so I just returned home. Then going to go vote in the morning, and then just call voters. Just go sit in an office and call voters all day.
Yeah. I have a kind of a logistics question. The fact that Florida has 2 time zones in it, does that affect the election results for you? I mean, do you have to wait that extra hour to make sure that the western part of the panhandle is getting all their votes in?
Good point. I think we all remember that or at least some people remember from the year 2000 when, it was so clear that Al Gore was going to win Florida, and then all of a sudden he wasn't, because the Florida Panhandle hadn't, people were still voting,
right,
until 7 p.m. Central, and I imagine it. I don't know how it logistically affects it. It just delays, and I do think I will do. I have support from across the state. I think I'm going to do particularly well here in the central time zone. So It may make it a late night. Put it that way.
We've had really good feedback on your appearances, by the way, Frank. Well, good luck with everything you're doing, and thank you for choosing WOCA as one of the ways to get the word out about what you are going to be doing. Again, good luck, and I hope I wake up tomorrow morning and see your name in the column that says winners. Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, Larry.
All right, we will take a little break. We'll be right back with news and commentary.
Folks, you haven't seen summertime savings till you've been inside the fabulous old-timey greenhouse at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. They've just completed new lower money-saving price tags, marking everything down further, much further.